what's that? Let me see. If you enjoy the video, hit the like. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe.
Yo, welcome to another episode of Ooh, What's That? Where I go over different apps and gadgets and websites and just stuff that I find on the internet that I think are cool. And I share them with you, the internet, so that you too can think that they are cool. And on today's episode, I want to talk about Gemini. Again, I know I'm talking about Gemini maybe 3 times already, something like that. But I want to talk about it again because, I'm always using the AI to better my life, to help my life become a better thing. Like, it's the same way I really want to make an episode on how to use your cell phone, because I think a lot of people don't use their phone to better their lives. I think they just use their phone as a distraction. They're not really utilizing it the right way. And that's why I keep making all these episodes about the AI, Gemini specifically, because that's the AI that I use. I don't use any other one, right? Okay, so today I want to talk about this specific feature in AI, which is Gemini Gems. This feature right here, Gemini Gems, right? And so let me show you what Gems is. And the thing that makes Gems so special, I got notes, right? Must remember to put details in remember, right? For Gemini Gems, it's different from pinned threads, right? So you can pin a Gems thread, but it is different from just a regular thread, right? It's different from general AI model, because Gemini Gems, essentially you can build a personality. You can build the exact AI that you need, so it can give you the exact type of feedback that you're really, really looking for. And that's what makes this so very powerful, right? So I've been messing around with it. 15-minute videos froze it up. So maybe no videos or files. That are way too big. Yeah, so I tried to use a 15-minute video to build a personality, and it totally froze up Gemini altogether, right? Specific characters, build the exact type of person you want it to be when it responds to you. Its knowledge, its tone, the specific information for it to use. Yes, and this is what makes Gems so exciting to me. This is why I have been really using this feature specifically. So a couple things to remember about Gems is you can put 10 pictures. 10 pictures it'll remember, swap when needed. So I really like this feature for a couple of different personalities that I built for it. And then here I have the different personalities that I built for, right? So a faith reminder, like how I'm using Manifest. That's the name of one of my gems. Put in good times and signs from God and tell it to remind you. We'll go over that. Awesome for budget planning. Upload bank statements and job payment information. Ooh, absolutely amazing for this. Weekly scheduler, when you put in your work schedule and non-negotiables. Again, another fire use for it. Remember things about people or events before asking for advice about that specific situation or person. So this kind of relates to my video that I made a while back about do's and don'ts for AI. And one of the don'ts that I said was, don't use it for advice. Don't use it to tell you about a specific thing that you should do related to a specific person. But I will say, if you created a gem for that specific person, then maybe it has better advice. I still wouldn't use the advice exactly as it said to you, but I would really consider its advice now, because you would be essentially building the entire personality around the relationship with this person. So you would be, I don't have a gem for it, but I'm just going to describe it really quickly. So how I would do it, let's say I have, a partner or a companion or a brother or whatever, but there's another person that I want to have this gem specifically give me advice on how to deal with this person. I would save snapshots of specific parts of our conversation. If you could, I would download the longest thread possible for that specific conversation with that specific person. So if it's possible, I would call my cell phone carrier and tell them, look, I need all text messages related to this phone number. And if they could send it to you in a document, great. I would put that document into Gems. And then I would tell Gems specific details about my relationship with that other person. This is my brother. He's this many years older than me. I remember he did this to me once. He did that. He did this. He did that. Da, da, da. This is how I feel about him. Da, 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 da. So as much detail as you can about that relationship. All right. So here is where you would put that information. So how did I get here? When you first click on Gemini, this is how it comes up, right? And so all you're going to do is click right here where it says Gems. And this is how you modify your gems. This is how you're going to build one of the specific AIs. And I'm going to show you my AIs that I have built. Scroll down, Gem Manager. So right now I have 4 of them that I built. Love, which is a professional psychologist, a therapist, neurologist. And basically what I do with Love is it gives me feedback on, this was like the very first one that I built. It gives me feedback on whenever I'm feeling some type of way. If I'm feeling sad or negative or some type of emotion and I want to figure out like what is it that I'm feeling, I go to Love. Now the reason why Love is special to me, why I use it for this, because also this is in my do's and don'ts of AI. Don't use it as a therapist. It's not a therapist because it's too much positive feedback. But if you read what it says here, it says you are a professional psychologist, therapist, neurologist. You don't just say positive, affirming things. Instead, you give pushback, force critical thinking, and self-realization. This should say your goal isn't to give answers, but to help me work through trauma and emotional pain, so I can have growth and self-realization. So that specific thing that I just told it, this way, whenever I do say something to it, like, hey, I feel really sad right now. I was remembering the time my brother called me stupid. It's not just going to say, oh, well, your brother is wrong and you're not a stupid person. You are a good person. No, it's going to give me pushback. It's going to force me for self-realization and actualization. So that's one of the reasons why I started with that one. But here are my 3 favorite gems that I have built. And I kind of want to build more. But specifically, the scheduler, which I gave it my work schedule and my non-negotiables. Like I want to be home every day. For me, I want to be home every day at 2 o'clock for my kids. When my kids come home, I want to be here in the house when they get here. So whatever it is, I need to be here by 2 o'clock, right? This is my work schedule. I work between these hours on these days. I want to exercise. Like, you just tell it the non-negotiables, the things about your day that you want to do. And you can put it in there. Like the way I have it set up for specific days. Like I literally tell it specific days. So right here, that's my work. Boom, look. So I put Monday. Maybe we go live on YouTube for the Joseph Bristol Home Lab Diaries, which I haven't been making lately. I've been readjusting. I got a change in my work schedule. So I'm readjusting my sleep and all of that. So I tell it, Monday, this is what I want to do. I need a creative day. When I say I need a day, really I'm saying I need focused time to just work on that / those specific tasks. So this is me telling it exactly what I want to do with my life, with my days, my free time, how much free time I have, and it will then spit out a schedule for me. And what I use scheduler for is, let's say my friends want to hang out, they want to go somewhere, or I want to take I want to take someone out somewhere, I want to go on a date with somebody. I would put that in scheduler, and then scheduler will tell me when is the best time to actually do this so that we don't mess up our schedule that we have developed. Budget, Cuckoo Chew. I like budget. With this and personal and personal capital, the two of them combined has really helped me with budgeting my money. So with Gemini Gems, you can name the gem whatever you want, and then you can put in a description of what it does. The name and the description don't really do anything. The instructions is what is powerful, right? So you, in the instructions, you're going to tell it whatever. So here you can see what I did is, first off, I told it you are a financial coach, a financial advisor, and a fiduciary. Your goal is not to make me money, but to help me budget and live below my means so I can create financial freedom for myself, help me pay off all my debt. But keep in mind, I need to survive. I need to survive for the long run. All advice should protect me for the long term, at least 6 months of protection. You should also give advice that will secure my home so I don't lose it, then secure my Tesla, then my credit, then financial freedom. But I need a place for me and my kids to live, and I need my dream car to get back and forth to work and care for my children. And then I go into my accounts and I got a Capital One high yield savings account, and like my stocks and stuff. And then what I did was I uploaded all of my bills. So I tell it how much each of my bills is costing me. And then I tell it where that money comes from. I tell it how much money I'm getting in on a monthly basis. So my job, whatever checks I'm getting on the side, I tell it all that. And then here in the knowledge part, this is the part that I really like the best. You click this add files and you can upload information, documents, screenshots, whatever. You can upload it and it will use that information plus your description to give you feedback. The default tool, you can also change that. So if you don't want it to do deep thinking, you can have it create images, canvas, research, create videos, create musics, all that stuff, guided learning. I don't use Gems for that, but you can use Gems as a teacher to teach you something. Upload the material into Gems, tell it to do guided learning for you, and it will do that. My favorite gem of all, though, is my manifestation gem, right? So here I uploaded, my vision board. I uploaded a Google Documents about me. So I like to do a self-assessment on myself. Usually around my birthday, I'll sit down and I will just think about who I am. What am I doing with my life? What do I want out of life? And I will write things about myself. This is who I think I am. This is what I bring to the table. These are my flaws. These are the things that I'm working on. These are the things I want to be better at. These are my goals and visions that I have. My vision board, obviously, this is the life that I want to live, the life that I'm trying to build for myself. My complete affirmation document, which also I need to make a video on that, exactly how I do affirmations. But I just uploaded that also to Gems to explain to it like the things that I affirm to myself on a daily basis, right? And in the description, the way I did it was I told it you are a universalist / universe believer, spiritualist, new thought follower. You have all the knowledge and understanding of these experts combined in one. And then I just wrote a list of experts about manifestation and, reality warping, quantum leaping. I just wrote all their names, right? And then I said, you have read all their books and understand all their lectures. So the main job of Manifest is to remind me of the things that I'm manifesting, how my life is genuinely changing, and all the things that I want to manifest are coming into fruition for me to help keep me on the path, on the guided path. So what I do is under here, I put every time I go to sleep, so here, under here, I put any type of new manifestation. So anytime anything happens to me that I think is a manifestation or is leading me to something that I want to manifest, I will add it to this to manifest. I will add it to the list. And that way, manifest will tell me things to remind me that I am, in fact, on the right path. So I didn't put it in here, but I'll give you a quick example. There was a garbage can in like an abandoned area in my neighborhood. Big garbage can. I didn't know why it was there. It was there for like 2-3 weeks. And one day I ordered the rocks for my driveway that I built. I built my own driveway. And so I had to order some rocks. And I had the pallets that I didn't know what to do with. And I had big concrete blocks that I didn't need anymore. And I couldn't just throw them in the garbage can. So I remembered, holy crap, there's a huge dumpster right down the street to me. It's just right there. So let me just take that stuff over there and throw it away. That's something that I would have written into manifest to show, to remind me that everything happens for a reason, even if I don't see the reason right now, right? So when I had the pallets and the big rocks, I would have already written that there's a huge garbage dump up the street from my house, and I don't know why it's there, but it's kind of weird that it's just there out of nowhere, out of the blue. And I would have just wrote that into manifest. And then when I put in that I don't know where to dump my stuff, it would have said to me, well, there's a huge garbage can up the street, and that's why God put that there. He knew that you would need it, blah, 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 blah. So I like that about manifest. And if you have the actual books of Neville Goddard and Napoleon Hill and Lacey Phillips, if you actually have their books downloaded, you can add it to the manifest or whatever it is that you choose to name it, but you can add it to this gem, and that will allow it to pull from the book to give you advice, to tell you things. And again, this is just super cool to me, how you can use the gems to create specific outlooks or outcomes that you're looking for to get certain things. And here, gems made by labs, you can find more gems that they already built for you. So these are gems that are already made by people or by Google itself, and you can just click on any one of them and it will help you see personal podcaster, product market, product research, room styler, you know what I mean? Like it'll help you. So I think that's kind of cool. A room styler, pretty cool also. So these are just added gems, but I like the fact that you can make your own gem. And what I do is I like to pin the conversation depending on the gem. I just pin it here and it just helps me. Oh, and then even for the gym, I've been meaning to make a gem about my workouts because I've been working out pretty consistently lately and I feel really good about that. So I wanted to make a gem on that, on my workouts and like my diet and how I've been eating better and working out and just and then what I would do is upload pictures of my body every week, or not every week, but every month. But even if you wanted to do it every week, you could, and it would show you the differences in your body. It literally would be able to detect the smallest changes in your muscles, in your shape, in your size, to basically motivate you to keep on going. So I think that that's pretty cool. I like that. But yeah, I just really wanted to show y'all Gemini Gems. I really like that. So another thing that I wanted to show you all is how it turned my idea. So I have this idea for a children's book, and I started like, I'm not a very good artist, so I drew it in stick figures and kind of like wrote out what would be said and like just different things about it. And I uploaded it to Gemini and I told it to create the book for me. And it literally created the book for me because that was the name of my book, The Tree of Life. And not only did it create it, but it kind of like took all my notes and turned it into a literal book, like right here. And
The Tree of Life.
Okay.
In life, everyone has the opportunity to eat the most desirable fruit. Regardless of background, everyone eats from the tree of life.
Right. So I ain't going to go into the whole thing. If you want to watch this, if you want to see it, I'm going to put a link in the description and you can just click on it and listen to the book. Also, I might just make a whole short just with this, just to show, you know, how cool it is. So yeah, man, I just want to thank you guys for watching another episode of Ooh, What's That? And let's all remember, man, we all out here trying to do the same thing. Survive and be happy. Now stay blessed.